Hey guys, welcome back. Today will be a prediction video for Week 7 going into the NFL. It's already Week 7, and it's pretty crazy now thinking about it that we're almost halfway through the season already. So let's recap with Week 6. Um, the Colts and the Texans Thursday Night Football. I think we all knew the Colts would win, but we didn't really think the Texans would put up a fight like they did this week that passed by. But um, the Texans put up a good fight. I knew the Colts were gonna win, so I got that prediction right. The Bengals and the Panthers. This is probably the best game to watch. Probably one of the best games on this week to watch. The Bengals tied with the Panthers 37-37. Patriots and the Bills. Now, some people said this would be an upset. I said there would be maybe some room for an upset, but I didn't think it would happen this week. So, Patriots won. So I'm 2-1 because I counted the Bengals and the Panthers. I predicted the Bengals were gonna win, but the Bengals didn't win. They tied. So I just left it as a loss. The Browns and the Steelers. I predicted the Browns were going to win in this upset, and the Browns did. They showed up 31-10. Jordan Cameron and Brian Hoyer really looking good, and Bente as well. The Ravens and the Bucks. The Ravens destroyed the Buccaneers. The Buccaneers are getting destroyed all the time now. I mean, with Tampa, the Bucks and Atlanta, 56-14. You've got the Ravens and the Bucks 48-17, I believe. Something like that. Pretty crazy. The Packers and the Dolphins. Now, if you go back in my video, I knew this would be a close game. I know the Dolphins do not have the best skilled players in the NFL to match the Packers, and the Packers are a great team nonetheless, but I knew it would be a close game, and the Packers come out to win 27-24. Now, they would not have won, to tell you the truth, had Aaron Rodgers not pull off that amazing fake spike and win the game to give it to Andrew Corliss. That was amazing, actually. To fool the whole defense like that, that was amazing. The Broncos and the Jets. Now, we all would think the Jets would have got blown out in this one. The Jets actually put up a pretty good fight. They were leading in the half, 7-3, I believe it was. And the Broncos were struggling offensively, but they picked it up at the end. Peyton Manning almost there to his 508th touchdown. He's at like 506 right now. So just a few more. The Jags and the Titans. I honestly thought the Jaguars would win something, because if they can't win against the Titans, who are they going to win against, honestly? But the Jaguars did not come out victorious. They almost did. They would have won had the Titans not blocked that last second field goal. They probably wouldn't have made it anyway. It's a 55-yard field goal from a kicker I don't even know at all. So, yeah. The Lions and the Vikings, I actually predicted the upset for the Vikings, but the Vikings did not show up for me at all, only scoring 3 points. And the Lions' defense, never disappointing. The Chargers and the Raiders. Now, for some reason, the Raiders are the Chargers' kryptonite. I mean, sure, the Chargers won, but the Raiders almost beat them. It was a 3-point difference, so Chargers come out victorious nonetheless, 31-28. The Cardinals and the Redskins. This was a nice game. I didn't get to watch it or watch the highlights, but from what I seen while I was watching football, they would show here and there what's happening, and it looked like Carson Palmer's back, and I guess it was a game time decision because he wasn't even supposed to start. I think Logan Thomas was supposed to start, their third string quarterback, but didn't wind up starting. So the Bears and the Falcons. I predicted the Falcons to win on this one because even though they're a horrible team on the road, which the Giants exhibited when they were playing the Giants, but the Bears showed up at their home and beat them. Like I said, the Falcons are a bad team at home, but they're a bad team on the road. But at home, they're a decent team, and I was surprised that the Bears won. Cowboys and Seattle. This was probably the biggest upset that I've ever experienced in my life. I mean, Cowboys are playing excellent football nonetheless. But Seattle struggling on offense. Their Legion of Boom is not really the Legion of Boom anymore, I guess. Not only with injuries in their defense, but their secondary isn't really looking like the secondary they were last year. So Seattle, I have really nothing to say. Tony Romo, he is pretty clutch, and we face him next week, so we'll see about that. 49ers and the Rams. I thought the Rams were actually going to win this one. Well, I predict the 49ers to win, of course, but the Rams were picking it up 14-0, and I think they were winning in the half, and then they just let it go. They lost 31-17. And the Giants and the Eagles I'll get to. The Saints and the Chiefs were on bye. So let's get to week 7 real quick, because we're 5 minutes in. Week 7, Thursday Night Football, the Jets and the Patriots. The Jets did look pretty good going into the Broncos game, and Geno Smith didn't look as bad as he usually does. He just still looked pretty, and like a under average quarterback, but he did look okay against the Broncos, who are a team you should fear. So I predict the Patriots are gonna win. The Bears and the Dolphins at Soldier Field. I believe those Bears are actually picking it up this year. I mean, they're really doing good with all these weapons, and I'm liking the Bears. I don't predict them to win a division, but I predict them to put up a fight in the division and against other opponents. So the Bears and the Dolphins, I predict the Bears to win this one at Soldier Field. The Vikings and the Bills. I had a long time debating this one. The Bills are playing good football, better football than they were last year, and so are the Vikings. So it's very hard to, say this one, but I was going to go with the Bills. But then Randy Orton is doing fine. But if you kind of compare Randy Orton to Teddy Bridgewater, I would pick Teddy Bridgewater. So I predict the Vikings will win this one away at Ralph Wilson Stadium. The Bengals and the Colts. This one also I had to think about because they are just really good teams. Vikings and the Bills, really bad teams playing good football, so it's hard to distinguish who's going to win. And the Bengals and Colts are really good teams who are playing really good football, and it's hard to distinguish who's going to win. But Bengals did tie with the Panthers. The Panthers did get blown out to the Steelers, and to put up 37 points and give away 37 points. I predict the Colts will win this one. Field goal game at the least. Browns and the Jaguars. I believe the Browns have it in the bag. I mean, if this was last year, I probably would have had a hard time distinguishing who would win this one, especially with the quarterback situation with the Browns. But I think they found the quarterback, and it's not Johnny Manziel, Brian Hoyer, and the Browns are really, really doing good. And this organization is one day probably going to make the playoffs. Maybe not this year, maybe next year, maybe the year after that, but their organization is getting better nonetheless. The Browns will win this one. The Saints and the Lions. Now, the Saints are looking terrible on all sides of the ball. Barely losing to the Bucks, barely winning to the Bucks. And the Lions playing excellent football. Who can vote against the Lions on this one? Especially the Lions are at home as well. So I have to pick the Lions on this one. The Panthers and the Packers. This one, I mean, I think the Packers are going to win this one, but maybe it'll be a closer game because the Panthers, like I said before when I was talking about the Bengals and the Panthers, the Bengals did give up 37 points, but the Bengals are more of a team you should fear, and the Panthers really put up a fight against them. And the Panthers are actually playing good football, so I think it'll be a close game, maybe a 2-score game. Probably nothing more than that, since the Packers did win by, what was it, like 3 or 4 points against Dolphins. So I believe the Packers will win. The Packers are at home as well. So the Seahawks and the Rams. It's at the Rams Stadium. I don't know what it's called, Rams Stadium, but the Seahawks will win this one. I don't really know what to say. Falcons and the Ravens, the two birds. The Ravens are playing good football. Falcons aren't playing good football. So that's that. Ravens win. Titans and the Redskins, I had a hard time distinguishing this too. But I think the Redskins will come out on top. Their quarterback, um, Kirk Cousins, isn't a bad quarterback. He's, I don't know, here and there he's good and bad, but I believe they'll come out victorious on this one. Chargers and the Chiefs. The Chiefs are playing good football, and so are the Chargers, but I believe the Chargers may get the wild card spot, or maybe even win a division if Broncos slip up at some point. So I believe the Chargers will win this one. Cardinals and the Raiders. The Raiders, with this new coach, they were pumped up for this Chargers game. They almost won, but they couldn't pick it up enough. I believe they'll put up a fight against the Cardinals, but I think they'll still lose. Sorry, Raiders. Sunday Night Football, 49ers and the Broncos. I'm definitely going to watch this game, being that I'm a Giants fan, of course, but the Broncos and the 49ers are just excellent, and I love watching them play. They're both physical teams. But I believe the 49ers will slip up in this one, and the Broncos would win. I don't think that's really much of an upset anyway. Texans and the Steelers. For Monday Night Football. I don't think this one is much to watch, but I believe the Steelers will come out on this one. And of course, I will put the prediction for Dallas and the Giants in my next video. So that's all I have for now. By the way, I am 52-39 in total, so pretty excellent for me. So I'm positive by a long shot. I'm like positive by like 13. So thank you guys for watching. Join me in my next video. Let's talk Giants Week 7. And if you already watched that video, then I'll see you next week.